Welcome to FITS4POETS, a series where I style my outfit based on a poem from my chapbook coming this summer. Today's poem is In a Sky Without Storms, aka Lulu's Encore. I wrote it after a hummingbird crash-landed in our backyard, cold and unconscious. I wrote lines like, tufts of verdant, crown of violet feathers, no man-made fibers could compete or compare. The vibrancy of the short turtleneck represents the innocence and wonder of the hummingbird's appearance, while the coat represents the harsh weather conditions it was unfairly placed in. For the accessories, I chose these hummingbird earrings and 2 bracelets, all of which were gifted to me. Another verse I wrote was, I can still recall the beating of his heart against my palm through the baby blue blanket. I ultimately decided to go without the scarf to show off the purple turtleneck, and here's the finished look. Thanks for watching, and remember to vote on which poem I should style next week. Welcome back to FITS4POETS, a series where I style my outfit based on a poem from my chapbook coming this summer. Today's poem is Se Sera Squared, or Se Sera Sera. In 2023, I went to San Francisco to see Sarah Kay and Phil Kay perform their poems live. Sarah Kay's work is one of the main reasons why I started writing, and that April she signed my copy of No Matter the Wreckage. So for today's outfit, I'm dressing like the girl on the cover. Powder blue, salmon pink, and rose gold layered necklaces. The shell brooches were meant to represent the sketches, but I think the outfit would have looked better without them. What do you think? Here's the finished look. Thanks for watching, and remember to vote on which poem I should style next week. Welcome back to FITS4POETS, a series where I style my outfit based on a poem from my chapbook coming this summer. Today's poem is Navy Blue, a rather dark one compared to previous fits. One of the verse mentions, I'm buried in all black and a navy blue tank top. I chose this elastic choker and matching ring to represent the constriction and choking expressed in the first verse. I choke on hawthorns when you're not around. Brambles out my mouth, the ache is a hollow sound. This bracelet was the closest I could get, even though hawthorn berries are red, not purple. Speaking of berries, I'm applying some rumberry lipstick to further the morose, mature theme. Paired with this black and blue Nautica sling, here's the finished look. Thanks for watching, and remember to vote on which poem I should style next week. Welcome back to FITS4POETS, a series where I style my outfit based on a poem from my chapbook coming this summer. Today's poem is Bon Voyage, inspired by Epic the Musical, specifically Penelope from the Odyssey. My wardrobe may be expensive, but I don't own a chitin, so we'll have to make do with whites and gold accessories. I feel like this headband reinforced the royalty aspect since Penelope was the queen of Ithaca. Ended up only wearing the bracelet of the green set I beaded a couple years ago. The necklace would have covered the laurel-like neckline, so we only have a splash of color on the wrist. Here's the finished look. Don't worry, it's okay, you can say it. It looks more like Apollo than Penelope, but whatever. Thanks for watching, and remember to vote on which poem I should style next week. Welcome back to FITS4POETS, a series where I style my outfit based on a poem from my chapbook coming this summer. Today's poem is the well-awaited Ode to Oil Painted Polar Skies. You remind me of the Northern Lights is the first line, so we're working with a lot of greens, blues, and purples. The mesmerizing Aurora Borealis was created by nature, but the lilac chaser was created by humans to be an optical illusion, which I referenced by wearing these bracelets. A cherished lilac chaser leaving me enthralled, another starstruck spectator gazing up at you in awe. In order to gaze up at them, I'd have to go to the north where it's chilly, hence the jacket. Here's the finished look. Thanks for watching, and remember to vote on which poem I should style next week. Welcome back to FITS4POETS, a series where I style my outfit based on a poem from my chapbook coming this summer. Today's poem is Lighthouse Keeper 1 and 2. The first is about a self-sacrificing girl named after Edgar Allan Poe's Annabel Lee. In the second poem, a new love fills her with hope and she reclaims her identity by renaming herself Andromeda. The rock bracelet and silver chains are supposed to represent the way she was chained to a rock and almost sacrificed to a sea monster before Perseus came and saved her. She was also supposed to be naked, but I'm not gonna do that, so we're just gonna go with loose-fitted clothes that would be indecent if not layered. Here's the finished look. Gotta say, probably my favorite so far. Thanks for watching, and remember to vote on which poem I should style next week. Welcome back to FITS4POETS. Thank you for voting on this week's poem, Lover of the Lost City. The original lines depict pearls and breeze-braided curls. So here I've attached a hairband to each clasp of a necklace and braided it into my hair. Now that that's done, I'll be dressing like sunken treasure. My shirt may be gold, but my skirt is tattered like ruins. Oh, what was that? Lover of the Lost City was my more Delulu rendition of the Roman Empire trend, so I'm wearing this beautiful blue scarf I got in Rome. Here's the finished look. Thank you for watching, and keep voting! Welcome back to FITS4POETS, a series where I style my outfit based on a poem from a chapbook coming this summer. If you've been following my work for the past 2 years, you've for sure heard of Neptune retrograde. Unlike the rest of the fits I've styled so far, this one has a history.
Shifting in the light, skidding on the ice, slipping in your gaze.
I first performed it in August 2023, wearing this dark blue blouse and matching skirt. Since then, it's become a bit of a classic. Space ones were a must. Can't forget Starry Starry Night elements alluding to oil-painted polar skies. Silver scarf plus pennant to mimic the lightning strikes. And here's the finished look. Thanks for watching. No voting this week. Welcome back to FITS4POETS, a series where I style my outfit based on a poem from a chapter coming this summer. Today's poem is A Whirlwind With You. I debuted this poem August 2025 with a cinematic poetry trailer I shot after an open mic. Today's fit is basically a remake of that. I thought really hard to work chemistry into the poem, like the oxidation of copper and alkaline barium fireworks. The main two colors are bronze brown, represented by my hair, and aventurine green, splashed in with my shorts and scarf. Would have worn my original hairstyle, but I'm in college, so I make do. The stanza also mentions pearls, so I'm wearing a necklace and bracelet. Not an accessory, but Crabtree and Evelyn hand cream is also mentioned in the poem, so I'm applying that. And here's the finished look. FITS4POETS will be taking a break, so we can start a new Monday series. I'll pin your comment if you can guess what it's called. Hint, it starts with M and ends with H.